everybody, and welcome back to the fourth part of our FCB review of 2014. In August, Bundesliga was finally back, but between May and now, there had definitely been some reshuffling. Toni Kroos left us for Real Madrid. Mario Mandzukic too left for the Spanish capital, but he now plays for Atletico. Diego Contento is off to Bordeaux. From the deep south to the far north, Julian Green is on a season-long loan to Hamburg. And Big Dan, Daniel van Buiten, ended his career as a professional football player after the World Cup. Winds have changed here in Munich that brought Robert Lewandowski, Sebastian Rode, Juan Bernat, Pepe Reina and Sinan Kurt to Zebener Street. Although the most sensational transfers were definitely the ones that happened last minute. Midi Benatia and Xabi Alonso. So last minute that they even kind of caught them by surprise.
From the first time I heard, I was really excited about the idea of coming to such a big club. It's an honor and a privilege to be here. And after that, everything really went so quickly.
Unfortunately, Pep had to start the season with a few important players missing. Javi Martinez, Thiago Alcantara, Rafinha, Ribéry and Bastian Schweinsteiger couldn't join the team in the first match against Wolfsburg, and later on the team would have to do without Alaba, Pizarro, Lahm, Reina, Starke and Badstuber, who shortly after returning would unfortunately injure himself again. A heavy weight on the remaining players' shoulders, but it seems like they're doing just fine. Kicking off the Bundesliga with a more than decent 2-1 against Wolfsburg, they would go undefeated on the national level up until the very end of the first half of the season. Seriously, is there anything these guys aren't good at? I think that's your answer right there. In September, Champions League kicked off. First up was a match against Manchester City in the Allianz Arena that Bayern won with the minimal advantage, as well as the match against CSKA Moscow in the Russian capital. And that was somewhat of a miracle considering that the players barely got any sleep before the game. A fire alert got their hotel evacuated in the middle of the night. But when the Champions League is at stake, there ain't no stopping them. As a compensation for the team's hard work back in Munich, Pep decided to go easy on the boys, and instead of a tough training session, scheduled a joint bike ride around town. Fun times on two wheels, especially for Pepe Reina, who decided to give the whole thing a little more of a vintage vibe. Let's play a little game of word association. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when I say the words Munich and October? Yeah, that was almost too easy, right? On October 5th, the entire team hit Munich's Oktoberfest, and even the newbies didn't shy away from throwing on the traditional lederhosen. The day after, Xabi Alonso, considered by many the best-dressed player at the Oktoberfest trip, great job by the way, having arrived only a few weeks prior, scored his debut goal for the club. And what a beauty. His goal sealed the 5-1 end score at the Paulaner Cup, an annual friendly against a selection of fans from all around the world. And suddenly, there was no holding back. By the middle of the month, the team was in a goal frenzy. In Rome, they established a new Champions League record by defeating the locals 7-1. And you know what they say, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. And that's exactly what our players did. After their historic victory against the locals, they headed to the Vatican for a private audience with Pope Francis himself, by the way, a huge football fan. With the Pope's blessing, the Bayern Stars returned to Munich, and to find out what happened in the following months, check back in with us soon. Bye-bye.